Live on YouTube, my friend.
All right, gotcha. Hey, guys, another 15 minutes with Wade today. I'm going to go over some tips on how to find prospects. But first, I just want to make sure you guys really appreciate the marketing partnership that Bank Breezy and David Allen Capital have. It's 100% online process, so there really is no hassles for your clients. And we're offering them the #1 needed success tool in the marketplace, and that's working capital. The good thing about this is you're going to receive a commission on every single application that's funded, and we pay it out every single day. What you have to do, and what we're going to talk about today, is you got to get the word out. And there are a lot of ways to do that. But once you get that word out, what you're going to find is these clients keep coming back 4 to 6 times. Just this morning, I've got 3 clients that have contacted me saying, hey, I just need more capital. Can you help me? And we said, absolutely. All right, let's just get the good thing about this whole program is whether you got a team or you're just an individual broker that is just trying to make full-time income, it's available to you. And what we're doing to incentivize all of your clients is we're offering them cash to give us referrals. It's working great. And we do it through what we call our Connect Cash program for each one of your clients. And then, of course, our next day pay system is one that should really incentivize you to go out and find a lot of other brokers that you can get paid on their agency a portion of what they make. But in today's 15-minute training with Wade, I'm going to talk about 3 pro tips on prospecting that new clients that's actually been successful not only for myself but for my wife while we're out there trying to become working capital brokers. I've told you this before there, and David's talked about it. There are 3 really great ways to find clients. #1 is, and which is always the best way, is your warm market. I'm going to talk about that. People that you're already doing business with every single day. The second best lead is walking in with Connect cards in the towns that are near you. Hey, go to the next small town and be that broker for that entire town. And you can do that. It's a simple process we'll talk about. And then, of course, you know about all the other ones where you can become members of the chamber, do Facebook, online advertising, different types. But I'm all about face-to-face with a client, and that's how you're going to make the most money. Every single month, I put together what's called Wade's Warm List. These are local businesses that I've forgotten about or I drive by, that sort of thing. And you can see I've got cleaners and subs and canning salons. I mean, just a lot of restaurants, a dental office, which I go by every single day, and I say, you know what, I'm gonna make that call on this thing. And you can go through and just see there's an awful lot of different businesses. And then Joyce goes to Glamour Nails, so that's not me going there. And there's a car wash here that I mean, they're always breaking down. They can probably use capital. But I also would encourage you, if you're trying to find that list for the month that you're going to, and this is for the month. I don't have time every day to go out and do this, but I put this list together so Joyce can drop cards by, and I'll give you another idea of how she does it in high traffic areas in a few minutes. But also Valpak has tremendous amounts of businesses that are soliciting you. So why not go back and solicit them through those Valpak ads that you get? The second thing is to meet, greet, and inform. And I talk about this all the time, and it's the Connect cards. Just go to your nearest town. Go pick a small town. Nobody goes to these small towns. You go one county over, or maybe it's in your county, or maybe you live in a small town. But park your car on one end of the street, the main drag, and walk up one side and walk back down the other. Introduce yourself. I'm telling you guys, you can really make headway by doing this, because you're not going to be. People aren't going to get upset with you because they don't look at you as a salesperson. And while you're going through these small towns, you're going to see tons and tons of vehicles, like trucks that have signage on the side of it. Write them down. Take a picture of them with your phone. That's even better. And then you've got all those trucks that are parked in front of the hardware store, in front of a Lowe's, just take pictures of it, and that can help you create a good list as well that you can eventually call on, whether it's by phone, face to face, or just emailing them something. This ain't rocket science. I mean, they're going to treat you like salespeople. You're not going to have to worry about being insulted and angered. And this is stuff that we regurgitate every single month to you. And here's something that my wife uses that I think is a great way to do business. These are plastic holders that we taped on the top of it, the card, and on the bottom of it, the card, and we put them in high traffic areas like car washes, like repair shops. I mean, you go in there and you ask if you can leave these things behind. I promise you, most of them will say yes. Sometimes they won't. But if you're doing business with that individual that works on automobiles, if you've ever done business with them, stop in, get that plastic tray, put about 30 to 50 cards in it, and then go back and it may take you a year to get one funded deal from it, but that's okay. If you'll just go back once a month, 12 times in a year to get a funded deal is well worth it. And I'm not guaranteeing you'll get it. You may get 10 funded deals, who knows? But you got to pick those high traffic areas. That's another idea that I just wanted to run by you. And of course, as you know, we're incentivizing you. And I think that on the Connect Card side, I think David, I think we said 50,000, but we'll verify that instead of 100 in funding. But go get the Connect Cards. We'll reimburse you. We got a lot of confidence in them. I just wish you did too. And of course, I'm going to end this by this week's spotlight companies that we have. Number one is an ice cream donut shop. They got 74,000. It was used to open up a new location inside of an existing restaurant on the beach that sells pizza, hamburgers, hot dogs, all types of fast food. Guys, it doesn't matter what the cost of the funds are. If they're going to be able to move that ice cream and open a new location inside a place that people are already eating fast food, and especially if they're anywhere near the beach, they're going to go in there and they're going to buy ice cream. They're going to buy a donut to take to the beach. We had a sunroom company that does sales and installations here in South Carolina, and 75,000 is being used to fulfill some current job orders that they got. He got overrun with new orders, and he needs to buy the material so you don't get behind. And he's used this company, this funding through us for about 4 to 5 years now. He comes back at least once a year and gets funding whenever the busy season starts. We had a waste disposal company in Texas that took 60,000 because they needed some waste management equipment down in South Texas. And they got that money from us at the beginning of the week. A nail salon in Arizona, they used it to purchase more salon supplies. And then of course a trucking company in Georgia, they needed some trailers. And so they got 35,000 from us. These are real experiences that are taking place every day in different states. I always try to put them different states all throughout the country so you can see what's happening. And the reality is this, regardless of what the cost of the funds are, if the use of funds and what they can bring in is of greater value than the cost, it doesn't really matter about the cost at that point. They're going to be able to take that. Everyone on here is going to be, that I'm showing you here, is going to be able to take that money and make money off of their investment. And David, that wraps up what I've got for the 15 minutes today.
Beautiful. Well, I think that's fabulous. And thank you. I just received it. I hate to say this, but literally, as you start talking, I got a call from Yolanda Brown. You know Yolanda, of course, and it was something we had to talk. So I unfortunately had to step away. I didn't hear anything you said. I literally just sat in my chair. But I'll go watch it and recording. That's why we record these. I guess we'll go to questions then. If anyone has any questions about what you said, and I'm sorry that I can't comment on what you said because I just sat back down.
It's okay. It's okay.
Transparent, being honest. Morgan or Tyler, is there any questions you guys have or follow up on what they've said from the chats? Or if anyone else on here wants to leave a comment or question, questions, hands up first, that'd be great. I see Chris Sanchez has got his hand up. Go ahead, Chris.
Wade, thank you so much for sharing your time with us and your insight. One other suggestion I'd like to put out there are golf outings. I recently just signed up for one, and we had a luncheon before the outing, and there was 41 businesses that I spoke to.
Wow.
Wow, that's really good. You know, sponsoring holes and golf outings and having a little table at that hole to hand out cards, or just sitting there at the clubhouse and then handing out coolers with your name on it. That does work, Chris. I know it works.
Coolers, you mean like things you put over a can?
Yes,
Those
exactly.
koozies or whatever those things are called?
Koozies, yeah, yep.
Koozies. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
It's basically anything to get your name out, eh?
Exactly.
You know, I had 2 calls come in over the last 48 hours of people I don't know who called my number for funding. And both of them were from old conversations. So don't lose sight of the fact, and I don't know if you touched on this, Wade, I imagine you did, but since I don't see any other questions, don't lose sight of the fact, everybody, that just because you have 10 conversations today and it doesn't turn into an application, don't think that those seeds are not planted. If you follow up and nurture them, those seeds will germinate, and eventually they'll need funding or have a friend who needs funding, and you'll be who they call. I promise you it. And those 2 calls that I've not talked to 2 businesses this week about funding, but I got 2 calls about funding and 2 applications last week. So 4 applications inbound without reaching out to anyone. I've probably not approached a business in 2 weeks about funding on its own, but yet I've had 4 people reach out to me from past work. So don't give up on the farming. You're a farmer. You're always farming. I see Matster's got his hand up. Go ahead, Matthew. Still muted, buddy.
Hey, yeah. So up here in New Jersey, as they say, or somebody says, probably Hoboken, I have been here on the ground, and I have gone to the Home Depot. I get up early, I'm trying to get up early and change my schedule, and get there at 8:15. These guys are rolling out contractors. 1, 2, 3. You need a team. If you've got a team in your area, just go to a Home Depot in a city. I'm telling you. Now, these may or may not turn out to be clients. I've got probably from the last 2 years of doing this, about 8 clients from doing this. But one of them turned into that pizzeria, which is ironic because it was a referral, and that turned into something, you know, that we've never seen before. 10 funding in less than a 12-month period of time for one business. So I've got the cards. If you got the old cards, there's a lot of you guys that, oh, well, I've got my old cards. You know, what am I going to do with them? Just go to the Staples and get a label. Put your, you know, your forwarding URL on there. Until you get your Connect cards. I'm waiting for mine. I ordered 1,000 of them, and I'm waiting for them. But in the meantime, I'm not using it as an excuse because I didn't deliver them yet. I've just gotten some old one I got. I put labels on, and the most important thing is to walk up to the folks in the parking lot. I don't know if I'm on the camera. I can't see myself. But you have a conversation with these people directly and just say, you know, is this your truck? Oh, great. Hey, I just want to introduce myself. Everything we say, meet, greet, and inform. Just want to let you know why I work with you guys. I just happen to be at the Home Depot. I'm local. It's important to associate. I'm local. I'm right here in, the town, Teaneck. And I know you guys need funding and the banks don't help. That's it. Here's my card. If or when you ever need it, I'm your best option, man. Have an awesome day. Or if they want to engage you in conversation, talk to them. A lot of they're looking at the card. They're looking down. People are like, oh, who are you? And they're looking at it. I'm like, yeah, just go right there. I show them the QR code. Just scan it. Just apply. It takes 10, 15 minutes. If or when. And that's a good approach. So if you do that, if you're not that outgoing, force yourself to be outgoing. Just do it. You'll be surprised. They're very receptive. They're not like going to think you're selling them something. Just say, listen, this is what we do. We help when the banks don't. And you may or may not need this. So you're just basically taking it away from them. You may or may not need this. But if you do, wouldn't it be nice to have somebody to deal with? Well, that's who I am. That's what we do. And that's it. I just want to throw that out there because it works. Just get out
Yeah,
there. And,
it really does. You know, you mentioned 10 funnies to a pizza place, and they're probably thinking, "Oh my God, how's that?" I don't believe that. Well, it actually has happened, but they're using these fundings for expansion. They're building their own little corporate group of pizzerias. I think there's 4 now.
Yep.
And the way they're doing it is through our funding. So they see the advantage of getting this capital without having to wait 6 months, because this guy's smart. He finds these opportunities and they don't last long. Opportunities don't go away. They just go to somebody else. And that's just a fact.
True. Yeah. Again, so, I mean, any way you can get the worst message out. I love this. I'm thinking to myself, if I don't live here, guys, I will. But when I do, are you kidding me? I'm like, okay, you want to do this full time, part time? Yeah, you can do it. If you've got the ability to get to a place where business owners are, Wade said up and down the side, street, one side, then up and down the other side. I did that. You know, I've got a twisted ankle right now, but I'm out. I don't care. You know, there's more people coming out of the Home Depot and you see the trucks pulling in. You know, I got my car. I'm just zip up, pull up, get out of my car. Hey, I'm sorry. Is this your truck? Don't be shy. And I had my best conversation because, you know, you feel embarrassed or something, or don't get over that. You know, one day I'll feel up. Today I don't really feel great about it, but I'm still going to go anyway. So that's the difference. It's the time you don't feel like doing it, do it. And then that's the day you have your best client. It's a weird thing. That's all.
Thank you, man.
Throw it out. All right.
Appreciate you. That's
Yes.
all we got, David.
All right, let's take it home. Appreciate you all. Have a great week. We'll see you Friday. Let's get after it. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Honor God.